Hi, my name is Scott Stafford and I'm currently studying multimedia computing here at the University of Glamorgan. Welcome to my digital storyboard on my experiences of learning here at Glam University. When it all started in 2005, I decided that I'd had enough of the daily grind of a 9-to-5 office job and wanted to go back to university, re-educate and start again. I came to the university's open day and I met a lot of different people, each teaching different subjects within this university. I centered myself though on computing and spoke to a load of different characters within the advanced technology department. These guys, although they seemed a bit shady, seemed to know what they were on about within IT and told me of the wonderful new software and technology that I would be taught within this university. I was hooked. That's it. I knew what I wanted and I immediately signed up for a 3-year multimedia computing honours degree. I remember it well. I couldn't wait. I was like a 14-year-old boy with a Playboy magazine. Oops, that's a different story. So in October 2005, I enrolled and started my experience here at Glamorgan. I was sent the subject listings, but to my horror, I saw what I was going to learn in year 1. Mathematics for computing. Oh, here we go again. Statistics. Let's face it, that's just maths for sad people. Business analysis. I just escaped from business. I didn't want to go back. Personal development. Personal what? You gotta be joking. Computer fundamentals. Well, that was a bit better. Software concepts. That's just a sneaky way of fitting in computer programming. I knew it. I was right. So it's fair to say, year 1 at Glamorgan was a bit of a disappointment. All I could do was get my head down and pass and go on to year 2, which I did. So, 2006, year 2. I enrolled again and I was sent the new subject listings. Wait, was this year going to be as disappointing as year 1? Hang on, what's that? Is that finally a multimedia subject that I could use? Yes, digital media development, with lecturers Nathan Thomas and Keith Verheyden. Awesome. This module was split into 3 subject areas: Photoshop artwork production, audio music production, and video production. All the above areas were based on the Apple Mac platform. Oh dear, I hated Apple Macs. Apple craps I called them, and I readied myself for another disappointing term. But how wrong was I? The first lecturer was a guy called Nathan Thomas, a young chap, quite good looking, with a sense of humour. He took the first 6 lectures on Photoshop artwork design. His style of teaching was awesome. He engaged with the students, showed his enthusiasm for the subject, and from his teaching style, I quickly started to immerse myself in the Photoshop subject. I found out that although the general structured tutorials that we were given were pretty good, I really learned more by just playing with the software through trial and error. And I learned more with this technique by making mistakes, finding out what I'd done, and then correcting them. I did this for the first 6 weeks and produced my own artwork, which I submitted as coursework 1. Next, a little guy by the name of Keith Verheyden took over. He was completely different to Nathan Thomas. He seemed very strict, straight to the point, and no nonsense. He taught us audio production, which is a subject that was quite close to his heart. This guy seemed very strict in his production, but after we got used to his no-nonsense style, the GarageBand suite started to open up to us, and I found the lessons absolutely fascinating. I started to produce my own music, again by trial and error. It was awesome. So awesome, I committed the cardinal sin. I bought myself an Apple Mac computer. How could I? The shame of it. I had sold out. So here we have two very different lectures, both with different teaching styles. One laid back, almost laissez-faire, and one strict and authoritative. What I learned though was that the teaching style was irrelevant. As long as the subject matter was interesting and engaging, I took it in and I managed to move on very effectively. What I found was my previous learning style was methodical, following instructions, task A, task B, task C. This I changed. I now started learning by trial and error, almost playing with the software, seeing what I could make mistakes on first and taking it and learning for the future. It's almost as a small child learning by trial and error, do things by making mistakes or hurting myself. The final subject was video production, taught by both Keith and Nathan. We were given a university video camera and let loose around the campus grounds with a strict warning: don't film anything sensitive, illegal or rude. So no slow motion women's volleyball at the sports centre. Damn. So in a group of 3 students, we set off and started filming pretty much anything that either moved and a lot of stuff that didn't move until we were happy. After about 3 hours, we got back to the classroom to be presented with coursework number 2. Great. This was titled Video Production, Produce Your Own Film. We were given the title and let loose. We could produce anything we liked as long as it was based around Glam University. Awesome. This was another assignment that actually brought joy instead of pain. I couldn't wait. I quickly started mapping a scene for this, and also text and script and even costumes. Hence TW14 News was born, a spoof of the university's campus and the shady dealings of its lecturers hidden within. This was the high point here at Glamorgan, and I will always remember the fun I had learning from this coursework. I had no previous experience of video production. I'd never even picked up a camera before, but I learned a huge amount by simply playing with the software and using it by trial and error. So after 3 years here at Glamorgan, my perceptions of learning has changed. I have changed my learning style. I have recognised different teaching styles and methods with different lecturers. And I have reached my conclusion that if the lecturer engages with the students, then the student takes in the subject matter better than just being given instructions, do this and do that. Well, this is the end of my digital storyboard. Thanks for listening.